Oh, just immediately goes to the next bit. Hello, can you guys hear me? Does the audio work? Does it work? I don't know. There we go. Okay, we're good. It's there. Seth, thank you. Tier 3, 18 months. Jesus, thank you, Seth. Eh, thank you. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Kindred. Gaming, thank you. Tier 3 for fucking 19 months, you psychopaths. Thank you. Mr. Witt, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you, Mr. Witt. Chunky Chalk, they were 23 months, almost 2 years. Jesus, thank you, Chunky Chalk. Appreciate it. A certified banger, oh, thank you. League Feet tier list. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, if I'm being honest. Kendrick, Kendrick, thank you. Thank you for the 10 subs. I appreciate that. Thank you. Fucking crazy. Chomblurger, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you for 17 bucks. that that's bleak, but yeah, maybe. There's no audio. Oh, there we go. How about now? There we go. Should have it now, I think. Or wait, no, because it mucked everything up. So this should there. Now we should have audio. Methinks. I think. I think. I think we should be good. Thank you, Enzods. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys, I linked it in the description, but that was someone. That was. Let me grab their link so I can send them to you. Because I made a tweet about Cassans and Cassant and all that stuff, like a month or so ago. Yeah. Wait, it literally was Enzo. You literally the one commenting. I'm fucking stupid. Can you tell I woke up 2 seconds ago? Anyway, here's the stream link to it.
I've got 2 thumbs and a shield.
Can you tell I literally I woke up 5 nanoseconds ago. Strategy, thank you
Nature's surprise.
for 11 months. Thank you. Kazena, thank you for the prime as well. Thank
See
you. And
the
Mondo,
wonder.
thank you for the 16 months. Wake
Great
up.
year of content, Mr. Dot Boy. You have become my favorite League content creator, because there is none left, lol. Keep up the great work.
Nice.
Hello.
Okay, cool. I'm the best by what's the term? By like
Oh, hello.
but it's by process, no, not elimination.
Hello.
I mean I guess it is process of elimination. There's no other option than yeah, I guess so. By default, there we go. Yeah, I become the best by
Hey,
default.
it's
if I'm
a
the only one
thingy
left.
people
There we
use.
go. That's what I'm looking
Thank
for.
you.
Oh.
You're cool, Nikki. Hope you have a good stream.
Oh, thank you, Crimson.
Nikki, you fucking piece of shit!
Hello, Cult of Creation. Come back with the MMO. Totally not on copium. Yeah, you know, maybe. There's
Hello.
a chance. There's a chance. Bit of a VGU poll this year. I hope so. I think we're probably gonna get a VGU poll and like what is it like? We'll get one of those season start cinematics, right? When was the last one we got? League of Legends. When's the last time we got one of these things? Let's see. Let's see real quick here. When's the last time we got one of them? It was the call. It was with the call, but I don't know when it happened. Like at what time? It would have been here. Where's like the actual big? There's all. They have all the individual parts, but not the stream. Oh no, there it is. It's there. On 2024 Cinematic. Me too. January. Oh shit. Okay. So maybe just like a week from now then? Maybe. Your hopes for 2023. Ooh. I've got a lot, but let's see. What about the last year? Last year was... Where is it? This thing? Okay, so it's like the okay, so maybe it could be just like a week from now that we get to see the new stuff. Maybe. Darken event. Weird that they. I mean, the thing is, I don't know what to expect anymore because they did all that setup last year and then didn't do anything with it. There's a Valorant cinematic in 4 days. Yeah, but Valorant has like nothing to do with League ever. Zeri is probably the most that League is ever gonna have to do with Valorant in any context at all. We have to prepare for the next character we bully with you. Oh yes. So I suppose we should we'll get into that, right? So if I bring up the video, let's bring up this video here. Dude, I was so pissed off. I had this video done at like 3 in the morning yesterday, and there was like 4 hours of rendering issues and copyright problems because Zeri's theme gets copyrighted for some reason. Some ass has like set up so that they can copyright claim Zeri's theme. It was so annoying. Yeah, it's fucked. How's it been? I'm okay. I'm a little tired, but let me see. Where's the personal ranking I put here? There we go. That was my personal ranking of the year. Of how I feel about the champions. It'll be 2 weeks because I'm fairly certain that this come out the same week as the first patch of the year, which is on the 10th. Maybe then, yeah. I plan to do a Fizz video. That's not at the top of my list of priorities. Simply become not tired. Yeah, I'm trying. Surprised you put Udyr above Renata. It's very, very close. It's very close. I think both of them are like perfect champions. I think both of them are just like flawless, great. But Udyr is just like, I like the play style of champions like Udyr slightly more than enchanters. Even as much as I love Renata, she is still an enchanter. I'd rather go around fucking one-shotting people or head diving first in the middle of the team than being an enchanter. But as enchanters go, Renata is just so fucking wonderful. I'd pick her any day of the week over any other enchanter, regardless of what happened. Any info on the new champ? Probably not until we get that season start stuff. But we have the Darken and we have the Ixtali Enchanter, so we'll see. Actually, I think that's like the closest time we ever had 2 enchanters released so close to each other. Udyr went with lethality? Yeah, probably. And because they fixed Tiger Stance. You can still play Tiger Stance even if it's not lethality. That was kind of the one... That was like the one problem I had with the Udyr rework was just that Tiger Stance was just not very good. And now it's good. It's like... So it's perfect. I think Udyr is literally like in the top 5 of best reworks of all time. I think they did a phenomenal job. Now I'm Kobe Renata comes to LOR. I think if there's any champion you want to come to LOR, you should hope it's not from Zaun, because there's a lot. Actually banned. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that. I ban Udyr all the time if I join. He is very strong. Yeah. I despise Bel'Veth on gameplay alone. Her kit is one of the worst design in years. I'm just so disappointed. Her E is the main problem. Either it's just so bust with no counterplay or legitimately useless and no in between. Yeah, it's also just like why does this character who's all about mind control and having an army and stuff, and her gameplay is just auto attacks? Like it's so like the kind of thematic fantasy a champion like Bel'Veth promises is like a control mage, you know, but she's like a skirmisher. It's so bizarre. If she feels in every aspect like such a weird combination of ideas that just do not blend together in every capacity. It's why I rank Neela above Belveth, because at least if I don't like Neela gameplay wise, she at least is more cohesive as a concept than Belveth is. You went to the Winter Blessed theme? Yes. She just feels like the abilities of new champs feel so, I guess, boring and uninspired. I think that's also kind of a beauty of Renata, though, isn't it? Renata's abilities on paper seem so absolutely fucking bonkers. They're like, what do you mean you have a zillion revive on your W? Like, there's no way. Oh, wait, this actually feels fine. Like, it actually feels kind of fair because there's like a 1 second window. And if you decide to use it as a revive, you're sacrificing the power boost you give to your AD carry. It's like, Renata is just like such a cool thing that they managed to accomplish with her. Yeah, remarkably fair, which is so bizarre for a champion that seems that fucking stupidly strong. But I hope for 2023 lore void event. Good luck. I hope so too. But fun champions, Dark and Doggo Boy project trailers, Project L trailers released in the year. Good Skarnavi, good new mythic skin line, more lore, more ASOL rework. We'll get skins. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get. They said we get a huge budget, but they have to plan things out a very long while in advance.
I've got 2 thumbs and a shield.
Whatever that budget is, I don't know where that's going. Commandant, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome back. Renata has such amazing second skin too. Yes, and she got part of Fright Night, which is Can we get a new diver? I mean, Casante's kind of like that, but I want Ari to be pretty so I can start playing her. Okay, I'm going to make a prediction here. Because I don't know if you guys saw that, what was it, the Billy video it's called. But they said that ASUs, they're going to prioritize popular champions with a lot of skins. That is their prioritization. I love the use of the music used in the video. They have the Pashto Night. Yeah, I thought it worked well for Belveth. Yeah, which is dumb. So my theory is Lux is the obvious one. I think it's gonna be Lee Sin. I think Lee Sin's gonna be the next ASU they do. If it's not Lux, it's probably gonna be Lee Sin. Man, it sucks. Yeah, the thing is, there are champions that do need it because Lee Sin does look fucking awful, right? Like I think Lee Sin definitely does use an ASU. The problem with prioritizing popular champions with a ton of skins is at the rate they've been releasing, which is less than 1 a year. Like, champions are going to become outdated visually faster than they can put out these ASUs. Like, so when you look at a champion like Zillion, who only has fucking 6 skins, or 7 now with Winter Blessed, like, it's so much faster to do that, but Lee definitely could use it. And Lux looks like, yeah, Lux is like, she could, but I just think there's champions that need it far more than she does. Currently, anyway. That's why, like, Ari, it was a great first start. I mean, Caitlyn technically was the first ASU, but Ari was good. It just sucks that it's taken so long. What's a Corki? I think Corki needs a VGU, personally, than an ASU. Cho'Gath? Yeah. Good luck. I hope so. He's the most played champ after all, of course. Yeah.
Hey there.
What problem was that he had so many skins at the stances. Yeah, it's why it took so long for them to rework, and that's why Cho'Gath would take so long, because Darkstar Cho'Gath kind of ruined any hope we have. Because Darkstar Cho'Gath introduced the idea of having like the multiple forms as he evolves, like as he gains stacks, and now it's like, if they reworked Cho'Gath and that wasn't a consistent thing across all of his skins, I know I would, but I know a lot of people would be very disappointed. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot where they need to make 3 forms for like 12 skins, and he has 2 legendaries. Like, the Cho'Gath rework is going to take 1,000,000 years to make, and they're like, no, we don't want to spend resources on that. Fuck that. We're going to make another 20 Lux skins, or 20 Lee Sin, or MF, or Yasuo skins, you know? Like, that's just how it's going to be. Miss Fortune. Oh, you know what? Miss Fortune doesn't even need an ASU. She just needs Captain Miss Fortune to be the default skin. You know, I think Miss Fortune animation wise is like decent enough. Like, I just think that there already a better base design for Miss Fortune already exists. So she need. I think didn't they try to add new Miss Fortune voice lines, or am I having like Mandela effect that they did? We're going to add new Miss Fortune voice lines at one point, and then there was so much backlash around it. It was a call. I mean, that was this year. I'm talking about this was like way back. This was back during Burning Tides. So you guys probably, most of you League Zoomers probably don't remember around that time. But Spring Ruin MF from Ruined King were good. That's a Lucian. But Lucian still has his new voice actor, though. It did happen to him? Okay, so I'm not crazy. Horny League Boomers ruining. Yeah, I hate Miss Fortune being an actual character and having a personality beyond Booba. That's my personality. Yeah, I don't know. Miss Fortune's actually a really fucking cool character if they would just like let her be, you know? They changed Gwen voice lines after. Yeah, but that's like, I don't get why they did that. Why did they just turn Gwen into more of an asshole? I don't understand that. Like, why? Why'd you just make her like just be a dick to everyone? It's so weird. Belveth needs a CGU. Oh, that's not gonna happen. But I agree from the standpoint that like her gameplay does not match her thematic fantasy at all. And you Riven ASU? Riven's a good candidate too, yeah. I'm just saying Lee Sin is the most likely option because if you'll notice, especially with professional players, there's a reason they only ever use this skin. Not even this one. That one and this one. Like, those are the two skins and Boxer, I think, right? Because Lee Sin has a different walk cycle and slightly different animations in all of them. Because default Lee Sin's animations are so fucking awful and less satisfying that it actually improves players' abilities to play by using these skins, which is fucking wild. And that, I think that only enforces why, you know, ASUs are so important. Blitzcrank. I think Blitzcrank will get an ASU when Arcane Season 2 comes out. That's my hypothesis for Blitzcrank. Because I think Blitzcrank is going to show up in Arcane Season 2. And they're going to need some big thing to do. And I guess you could do one for Victor. But like realistically, you do a skin for Victor. So I think Blitzcrank is the best champion to do for that. Master Yi, because there's a LOR redesign. The thing is, Yi's animations are like not horribly outdated. They're kind of fine. But I agree. I would like Master Yi's LOR design, pretty please. It does depend if Victor goes full cyborg mode in Season 2. I mean, I think so. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're at that point now where he's already getting cyberized. So... I want Redacted's design to come to LOR or LOL. Yes, please. It's so much better. It's so nice. It's just like, oh yes, wow. Who would have thought that if you made her actually look like she comes from Piltover, that it's a good design. Insane. LOR really good with the redesigns. Yeah, I don't think there's a single LOR redesign that's kind of mucked it up, is there? I'd have to think. There's probably one LOR redesign that probably was not as good. But Jax, Yi, Seraphine, fucking phenomenal redesigns. Tristana? Okay, yeah, right, yeah, Talia. But that wasn't even a redesign. Talia wasn't even a redesign. They just fucked up her face. They completely messed up her face. And they've gone back and corrected that. That's not really a redesign. Oh yeah, Aatrox is busted as shit in LOI right now, but I'm a dirty Path of Champions player, so I don't experience that too much. Yeah, she sounds like Lux, yeah. Trundle and LOR. Trundle's like, yeah, I like the crown. They messed up his nose though. His nose is too pointy. A lot of these are just like minor facial tweaks, but I'm saying more like Jax E and Seraphine are like actual full outfit redesigns. I think that's different from just like you kind of mucked up the details on their face. Hey, how Yone as a champion doesn't have his beard in LOR and his Shelly had his beard so much better. Yeah, I guess, you know, they got very high quality razors in the afterlife, I guess. Who do you think will be on the VGU poll this year? Oh, that was something I was going to say, and then I got kind of sidetracked. If Shyvana and Nocturne are on, if there's a VGU poll again, and Shyvana and Nocturne are on it again, that Riot, just rework them at this point. I beg of you. Like, it's pretty obvious at this point that someone at Riot wants to rework them pretty badly. Just rework them. Stop taking up poll spots, for fuck's sake.
I've got 2 thumbs and a shield.
Dan.
Aloha, is that Nicky Boy?
Yeah.
Profession lower abuser and the voice actor of Jin from Arcane's League of Legends.
That's me. That's what I did. I did do that.
Oh, hello.
They talk about Shyvana and Last Poll comics and they want to rework. Yeah, but will they though? I don't know. I'd hope that the poll consists like we get champions that actually need a rework. So like I bet Tryndamere will probably be back on there. I bet that Kog'Maw will probably be back on there. But put like Cho'Gath and Corki and Shaco on there, please. I don't think they put Shaco on there because they know that if Shaco's on the poll, he'll win. Like I feel like they just don't want to rework Shaco. It's so weird. I feel like if Shaco or Cho'Gath are on the poll, they win instantly. Watch the video on my lunch break. Fucking amazing. Oh, thank you, Modern Problems. I appreciate that. I feel like Nocturne might be on the poll because Shyvana's next to Nocturne said nothing about. Yeah, it's just. The thing is, Nocturne doesn't even get like a large percentage of the
Nature's
vote.
surprise.
They just keep putting him on there over and over again.
Thanks for 8 months of entertainment, Mr. Nicky.
Thank you, Gentleman Pierce, for the 8 months. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tryndamere, Kog'Maw, Shaco, Cho'Gath, Corki would be good candidates. Yeah, I would like them to be there.
Where did that come from?
Zillion ASU. Yes, please.
This year isn't a VGU pool. It's gonna be a skinline poll, Nicky Boy.
I mean, we already did get one of those. Do you think it's... They did say that, like... Are they gonna go and, because Fright Night came out so late, are they going to actually do, like, redesigns for Arclight and Infernal? Are they going to still do that? We got 2 Skidlight pulls. Oh, yeah. Oh, Malphite. Yes. A Malphite ASU would be fantastic. Yes.
Nature's surprise.
Infernal already happened this year?
It would be funny if they announced that Leona is getting the next ASU lull.
Leona, I would accept Leona as well. Leona, I think, is good. Leona, but thing is, if they do a Leona ASU, I doubt they're gonna actually improve her design. They're probably just gonna make her animations better. I think it's saddening to me that like the Solari aesthetic is so fucking cool, and Leona as the leader of the Solari looks just the worst out of all of them by far. But thank you, Supra Kirby, for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Leona's really popular, yeah, so it's possible.
Hello.
More skins for her than for Rel. Yep. Actually, he actually does look like a Raid Shadow Legends character. I did never... Wait, I feel like I'm stupid. There's Gragas back there.
Where did that come from?
How did I not
I just
ever
want
notice that
updates
till
on
now?
Skarner VGU. Have they even discussed it or started it?
I don't know.
I've got 2 thumbs
I
and a
don't know.
shield.
I couldn't tell
Bread.
you, Dan. Bread. Thank you for the 11 months, Bread.
Nature's
Appreciate
surprise.
that. Thank you. Graplock, thank you for the Prime as well. Thank you. But Skarner, the last dev update we got on Skarner was in April.
Nicky, you fucking piece of shit!
Right? April, that's what? March, April, May. Oh, it's 3 months, right? 3 months after Skarner had won the poll, we got our first update on him, and they said in the poll, if I find it, LOL road map. If I find this,
Hello.
you'll notice kind of an important detail here. It was we haven't yet officially started. These sketches were just a rioter who's a big fan of Skarner and was sketching out ideas. They hadn't started yet by April. So I don't know how far along they are. All I know is that they said he's not going to release until the
Nikki, you fucking piece
like
of
the back
shit.
end of 2023. So I don't know. He could still be in the fucking concept phase. Like, I don't know. I don't know how far along they are with him. So I don't know. Having a major coping for Zillion got an ASU or something. I like I said, they outright said that ASUs are going to be prioritized for champions that are popular and have a lot of skins. So Zillion meets neither of those criteria. So Skarner Project L, I like the idea of giving him wings. It does differentiate him a lot from Rek'Sai. That's kind of, I think, is going to be a big thing that they can do with this rework, is differentiate him for it. Terastalize Samira as the best description for Neil I've found. I did not come up with it. One of my friends did while we were in call one day. I was like, "Oh, I'm writing that down. That's fucking good." ASU for Nidalee, maybe.
Where did
Be a
that come
nightmare
from?
to animate, yeah, probably.
I hope Hextech Skarner becomes a thing. Skarner in Arcane, let's go baby.
Maybe. But it's one thing that is going to be a challenge for Skarner is to differentiate him from Rek'Sai. Because if you think about it, there are, two big purple animalistic burrowing animals that live in Shurima. There are a lot of similarities there. With two large front arms as well. It's and a lot of small mini legs. So there's a lot of similarities there. Counterpoint, Yasuo Yone. It's true. Nearly gets an ASU, maybe Riot can finally choose a skin color for her. Yeah, that'd be nice. Skarner won't be purple. I imagine, yeah, I'm thinking they're probably gonna make him more blue. If all the Hextech stuff has always been leaning more towards blue, so I think they're probably gonna make him more blue. How big is Skarner? Is he taller than the Brackern are fucking huge. Yeah, Brackern are gigantic.
Use this gift well.
Zeal, thank you for that tier 1. I appreciate that. Good shirt. Thank you.
Where did that come from?
Do you think we are having opening day this 2023 from Riot?
I hope so. I haven't heard anything about it, but probably not until after New Year's. I imagine because it's a holiday, right? I'd say Rek'Sai is a void creature, but that doesn't helpful. And blue, they're going to stick to we're using these creatures' soul crystals as power source angle. I'd hope so because it's a pivotal part of Piltover lore, It's a pivotal part of Piltover. That was, what do you call that when you, sentence that starts with alliteration, right? When it's sentence has the same letter, every word. Still sleepy? Oh, I am very sleepy. Because of the rendering errors and stuff, I was up till fucking 8 in the morning. Because I tried to re-render it with the fixing like the song and stuff, and the render crashed twice. Like, and then I had to re-upload it again, and man, I just want him to not change his lore, make him evil for some reason. Do like Udi or keep his lore just updated a bit. Yeah, maybe. Super excited for Skarner lore. We'll see. I hope that they keep like the direction of just updating the lore rather than or like moving the lore forward rather than outright changing it. Hope Skarner doesn't
Nature
turn into a
surprise!
horse. Ooh.
Happy
Medium.
2023 Nikki.
Yeah.
I suppose this discussion right now is the closest thing to a Skarner video we are gonna get.
You wanna know what's funny? Let me grab it. Hold on. Okay, you can't tell nobody about this. All right, this is a super secret. But I'm planning to do another subathon very soon because it's been like a year since the last one. This is what I got so far for sub goals. And I'm putting a lot of the ones that I don't want to fucking do at ludicrously high numbers. Because you guys last time somehow reached like 1,500. I don't fucking know how. But there we go. That's... Scar's gonna be like, fuck you. In your 2020 Champion Rewind, is Neela Star and Ziri
Use
and...
this gift well.
I don't really know what that means. My Prince wrote, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Thank you.
hello.
Thank you. Confusion. Let's face it, chat, the Skarner video is still a concept phase. Oh, the Skarner video was fully scripted and recorded. So. Star, Butterfly, and oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know, but I don't think Ziri was, but Neela was definitely Star from Star vs. the Force of Evil, for sure. You're just holding it hostage? What's the term? Passion. You guys ever heard about that? You ever been working on a project and partway through you lose all passion for it? That's kind of what happened. I got like 2 minutes into it and I was like, man, this feels like shit. If I redid the Skarner video, I would probably like just start from scratch again. Let's talk about Skarner video and you delayed another year. Yeah. Exactly. Basically, it's canceled. It's basically it's basically Icebox.
Where did that come from?
Can one of the subathon goals be give Dums the therapy he needs?
That would require some coordination with him, and I think he's a bit too busy sinning. Why was it Icebox in the first place? Well, because I just kind of lost the passion for it. I think there was just like, if I remember correctly, the art that I got commissioned for it was a very neat artist in my server, and she did a great job on it. But like the more I thought about the design we ended up coming up with and finalizing, the more I was like, man, I think we probably could have done better than this. I could have come up with a better design than this. And just a lot of and I didn't want to be rude and say like, no, let's go back to the drawing board on this, because like she did a great job. It was really great. But it was just like, I didn't feel confident in the design that I ended up coming up with. And I think that lack of confidence in what we ended up creating was a part of the reason why I lost the passion for the video. Because that was the end goal, was to show what the Skarner rework could look like. And if I'm not happy with how it turned out in the end, then Can we see the art? Nope. Because if I decide to do it again, then that will be useful in the video. Do you have any fan ideas for LOR? Any champions you want to see in LOR the most? Any of the champions I play. Any of them. LOR's been out for fucking 3 years. And Ornn and Swain are the only 2 of my top 10 that are even in it. There's no Ivern, Lilia, Kog'Maw, Volibear, Cho'Gath, Nunu. Like, come on, man. Any of my favorites. Any of them. Like, any of my boys. Nunu would be great. We have all those, like, teasers and accidental leaks in the files with the Poro King. So, I don't know if he's going to take up the spot of Freljord, but I'd hope not. Stewie would agree. Well, Stewie's got like 2 of his favorite champions in there. He already got Pyke and he got Rek'Sai, and they both work together as a deck. So, he doesn't have Fiddlesticks, though. Fiddlesticks is still the one he's waiting on. So, but at least like a good chunk of his favorites are in the game. For me, Swain came out when the game launched, and then I had to wait like 2 years until Ornn got added. But Ivern, dude, that's the dream. Imagine Runeterra, Ivern, and Lilia as Ionia. Boom. Oh, beautiful. They choose Skarner below the Wings one, and I blame visual clarity. If they chose anyone else, I'm throwing my desk outside the window. I think it was also when I made the Skarner video, I believe was before this got released. I'm pretty sure. And I think that also kind of threw my ideas for what to do under the bus, because then we got presented the different concepts they were exploring. So if I redid the Skarner video, I'd probably talk about stuff like Cyber Scorpion or Crystal Creature or whatever. So I'd probably actually go more in depth into that. But I think now if I read the Skarner video, there's also whatever update we get from the season start cinematic if it happens. Champion themes ranking. Ooh. That's tough. I think Bel'Veth's is the worst one. Not because it's not a bad theme. It's just it's not like a music I'd put on to listen to, you know? It's very atmospheric. Streamed that once. Yeah, I streamed all the League Champion themes, but as for the 2022 ones, Bel'Veth's probably the weakest. Just because it's thematic and atmospheric and makes sense for the character.
Where did that come
from?
Yeah.
Zeri is the worst cause it gets copyrighted.
True. The other ones are tough because they're all so fucking good. I'd probably say Udyr's number 5.
Genuinely curious how they implement Akali and or Samira into lore.
Samira would be cool, yeah. Nian, thank you for the tier 1 for 15 months. I appreciate that. But yeah, Udyr's probably number 5. Then probably Zeri. Then Renata. And then Neela and K'Sante are probably tied for number 1. I think Neela and K'Sante have like undisputed some of the best themes in League of Legends history. Like, my God, those champions themes are absolutely amazing. I love those. The best LOR streamer content creator. See, Sunny's in a similar position that I am, where he's like slowly becoming the best by default because everyone else is fucking leaving. What the fuck? Well,
hello.
Hi, Sonny. Hey,
hello.
Hey, man. Thank you for the raid.
Hey there.
2023 year of LPP. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, I'm sure of that. Yeah, for sure, guys.
Oh, hello.
LPP is going to open up in 2023. It's going to be great. Yay.
Where did that come from?
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Apparently.
Hello.
Well, so we're talking about like who's the best LOR streamer. I'm just saying you and me are in a similar position now, where like all the other content creators around us are fucking leaving. So, I'm like slowly rising to the ranks by default. I was like, okay, well, there's no Scooch anymore. Necrit's going to do variety stuff. Process by elimination. I'll take it. Yes. See, then Riot can't ignore us. Eventually, we'll be like the only content creators left for their games. And then what are they gonna do then? Then they'll have to give us LPP. That's how it's gonna be.
Nikki, you fucking piece of shit!
Dan, thank you for gifting a sub to Sonny. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey there.
It's still low, yeah. That's. Where's Dark? Okay.
Hello.
Wait, Nathan literally uploaded a video like last week. Right? He made AP Horse.
Hello.
Yeah, 4 days ago. He's still going like whenever Nathan uploads a League video, it does gangbusters. It does great.
We aren't.
Oh. What?
Hello.
Oh, I forgot that there's new gift sub sounds. I was like, what the hell is that? I forgot that I set up things so now that when you gift subs or when you gift like 10 gift subs or whatever, there's a different sound effect that plays. Forgot that happened. He's manipulating all League content creators into leaving. He blackmailed Scooch, of course. Naturally. Alright, we'll first support the build guys. Then love that gif of Ivan doing the conga. There's a lot of different ones. Each gift sub number one, I think it's like 5, 10, 25, 50, 100. I think they all have different animations. I managed to contact one of the moderators of the Ivern Mains Discord server, and they have like a whole bunch of really funny Ivern gifs, so I just used those. Darkman has a PhD, yes. Why don't they make Mundo a swapper champ in LOR? Like Ari goes where he pleases. Mundo would be good. I said this in the Project L video. That it's kind of unfortunate that Zon has so many champions that would be amazing picks for the game. But I don't want to see the game completely oversaturated with like only Zonites or only Ionians. You know, I think you need a nice healthy blend of different regions, even as much as there's so many perfect picks in both of those regions. But that's what DLC is for down the line. You have the Zonite pack or something. I don't know. Need more Targonians. Was the last Targonian we got Zoe? No, it was Aphelios. So it's only been like 2 years. It hasn't been super long. And technically Pantheon rework. I don't really count reworks as new additions to a region in that kind of way. Technically Kale as well, yeah. But as far as like a new champion, it was Aphelios. KD come back with KD All Out Gragas for Project L. I think we're probably gonna get a new music thing this year. Where's the what is it? TF because if we look at the TFT roadmap, excuse me, TFT roadmap, we have this music thing. The set at the end of the year is all music themed. So I'm thinking we'll probably get like new music something at the end of the like a new band. Or like a return to KDA or True Damage or something. I hope it's not KDA 3. I'd like them to either give True Damage a second shot or try something new. You know. Even Pentakill already had
May
their
the
time to
sun
shine.
warm you all
Blaze
of
it.
your days.
Oh, there we go. That's what I mean. Thank you, Blaze. For the 5 gift subs. Thank you. Boy band. Yeah, I do. I love that voice line Ivor does. That's so good. May the sun warm you all of your days.
Where
set
did that
is
come from?
Roar. We get the
Rock and
mid-set
Roll
still,
League
but...
team. Malphite, Galio, Talia, and Rammus.
That'd be kind of fun, but I doubt they'd do that for a band. Moo band when. But so what is so this year? The dev updates have been so slow, right? But we have Skarner. This dev update's kind of out of date, isn't it? So because we have Skarner, we have the Darkin, we have the Ixtali Enchanter, Asol, and Ari. Have you played some TFT? Yes, I have. But I'm only at gold 3 right now because let me put, if I go to TFT Hyper Roll, I think this set for Hyper, I got back to Hyper Tier for Hyper Roll. I think this set for Hyper Roll is fucking great. This set for Ranked is not, I'm not feeling it. I gotta be honest. It could also be because I'm constantly being paired against people who are Diamond MMR, even though I'm still in Gold. So that's making it a lot more difficult to climb. But I like the new double up mechanics. I like that, and I like the item anvil. I think the item anvil is like a natural progression from the Dragon Treasury, because there's a lot less chance to high roll from the item anvil than Dragon Treasures, which is nice. I think the hero augment system is flawed beyond all reasonable measure. I am not a fan of the hero augment system in any capacity. There's the one occasional super fun hero augment that you can do a funny build around, like Nasus with the stacks on stacks. That's funny. Like, and that plays to the, like, that's thematic to the champion, but half the hero augments are, this unit does more damage. Field this unit and your team gains more attack speed. Field this unit and your team gains some health. Field this unit and they gain Omnivamp. Like, it's so, not only are the hero augments kind of boring most of the time, but half the time they force you to go a certain comp. Yeah, it's kind of messy. Like, when you go, so say in normal TFT, if you get a dead augment in normal TFT, say it's a, like at the worst case scenario, you don't have anything that really benefits your team, but you get like Cyber Shell. Most of the time you're going to get an augment that's just like, okay, it doesn't benefit me specifically, but I can just throw in Cyber Shell. I don't get much benefit, but it's fine, right? With worst case scenario, you get no synergy. But worst case scenario for hero augments, not only are you down an augment that's bad for your team, now you take up a field slot. You take up a spot on your board. So it's even worse. It's like, oh shit, I have no options here. Like, I'm going Anima Squad and I got a fucking Zed augment with no items for Zed. I got Vel'Koz augment, or I got something with no items for Misfortune, or with no items for whatever other unit. Shit, the only option here I can go is fucking Vel'Koz. I guess I throw Vel'Koz in here with no items. Like, it's a mess. I don't know. See, I actually find it's the opposite, YOLO. I think that the final round augments, you have a higher chance to get for legendary units, and legendary units like Fiddle, Urgot, Nunu, Leona, they're a lot more flexible and can be thrown into any team. I think when you get the first augment, if you get first augment, the entire lobby's fighting over Yuumi and supers. So it always fucking sucks. Second one is just, I'm not a fan of the system. Yeah, I am not fond of the hero augment system at all. And a lot of the big synergies, or like the big final things, feel so weak. Like, am I the only one who feels like 7 Anima Squad, 9 Laser Core, whatever these are, these, like, getting the max thing, especially when most of these you need 2 emblems to accomplish, should feel powerful, and they feel weak as shit. It sucks. I think Urgot and Fiddle are very fun units. Yeah, I like them a lot. Yeah, playing Max Star Guardians fucking sucks. Like, it's trash. Hey, Frost, hey, man. Hope you're having a good New Year's. Amisquadi, Laser Cord. No, I've played Laser Cord. Did they buff it? Because it was trash. The set feels weird, yeah. You want to know what's so fucking funny? Let me grab this for you. Okay, so where did I put this now? Because I tweeted it. I think you can find a comp I like this set. I like Misfortune. I think Misfortune's fun because she's like the only. That's another thing. Most of the forecast units feel so lame. Like they have so little impact. But Misfortune actually feels very strong. All right, here's what I meant to show you guys. Okay, I tweeted this a while ago. That's my cat. A very nice image of my cat, I think. She's looking swell. She's just, she's just there, staring into the abyss, into your soul. And then I was scrolling on Twitter the other day. There she is. She says 11,000 likes. Beautiful. Yeah, there she is. Point of view. You're about to lose. There you go. It's Yeah, my cat has finally achieved meme status. It's beautiful. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of her. Does your cat know she's famous? My cat knows that she's cute, which is close enough. She knows that she's cute and uses that to her advantage. Haven't seen you stream all year. Good to see you. Thank you. Yes, my first stream of the year. Maybe Hero Augments should have another reroll. I agree. I think you should get a bonus free reroll for Hero Augments because I'm always forced to conserve the reroll for Hero Augment no matter what because half the time you get trash. I get trying to play flexibly, and I like the flexibility of. That's why I think threats were such a cool idea. Like, and having so many units with like 3 traits, I think was very cool. I like that. I think the flexibility in that and making moldable team comps is good. But then, ironically, you make what would have been one of the most flexible sets in TFT history and then make the Hero Augment system, which makes it completely rigid. It's like, shit, now I guess I have to use this unit. I have to play around it now. Which, especially if you're forced to go a carry augment, it sucks. Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, I've built AD items. I'm ready to go. I have a carry set to go. Shit, all of my options are carry augments for fucking AP units. Great. Okay, no, I see, Seishan, I don't know how to say your name, but if threats could benefit from built different, they'd be broken beyond belief. They have to count them as their own special thing because they would be completely abused by built different. So they kind of have to, especially since you can go full threats and it works. Where Project F? I have no idea. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. But because threats get like they innately have like bonus damage and bonus stats because they don't have any traits. So if that is the threat bonus, is that they get just bonus stats without having any trait. So they can't benefit from built different because if they did, it would just George, your new video. Thank you. Yeah, it is kind of confusing.
Nikki, you fucking piece of shit!
I kind of agree. Trait comps are funny, yeah. Project F's name seems to be perfect. That's true. I didn't think about that. But Project F might be like dead. I don't know what happened to that game. It's been like 3 years. I'm a guy. Thank you for the prime. You know, those two things aren't mutually exclusive, but you know. Just saying. They can't buff threats too much or it'll end up like dragons. Yeah. That is the problem you run into, right? Is that's what happened is they gave too much flexibility for dragons last set and then they just ran rampant. Any favorite combinations of the new TFT set? Mine is Zoe with blue buff and blue battery. Going big AP on Urgot doesn't do any damage, but you get a lot of treasures. That's funny. I like the stacks Nasus. Going like full AD crit Nasus is fun. Stream lagged, I think? Oh. Oops. Is it better now? You have a boy band for this who explains what they're doing a male enchanter. Maybe. Maybe. Log. But, yeah. I think it was also... I miss Psalm, dude. I know Psalm... I talk about flexibility, and Psalm was probably like the most rigid unit to have ever existed in TFT. If you did not go... Like, Psalm was good in one comp, and that was it. But, man, Lagoons had to be... Like, Psalm and Neela were, like, my favorite fucking units of all time. I think that they single-handedly skyrocketed my enjoyment of the set, of set 7.5. Even a lot of people hate that set, and it had some definite problems, like Dragons being the ultimate game-winning end game no matter what. You know, Seraphine Graves being the best comp for like the entire set, but like Lagoons was so fun. I think we're getting the, oh yeah, ASOL CGU is coming out. I think, what did they say is the timeline? I think they said the timeline is Ari, then ASOL, then the Ixtali Enchanter, then the Darkin, then whatever else, and then Skarner's at the end of the year. I love Psalm, yeah. Because the Darkin got delayed too. Like, everything's getting fucking delayed. So now the Darkin was supposed to come out before the Enchanter, and now the Darkin's been delayed as well. So maybe do small for TFT. Can we go back to talking about funny toxic game? Oh yeah, Dragomancer would just become a problem with every other patch. Some new unit would become the broken like. If it wasn't Nunu, then it was Karma, then it was Lee Sin, then it was Kaisa, then it was Set, then it was like every other patch, some Dragomancer would become the best thing in the game. It was insane. Is there a new roadmap? Not yet. Volley. I don't think Volley did become the best Dragomancer, but for like the first 3 stages, and then Volley was trash. He was like one of the best early game units, and then fell off like a fucking cliff. What skin line do you think would be the 2023 best champ? What skin line do you think would the 2022 champs rock the best? Just in general? Like all of them together? Beast Hunters, Monster Hunter, bring it back. You already got Neela and Cassante. Udyr can fit in there. Zeri is the light bowgun user, and Renata is the hunting horn. She just has a floating hunting horn there. There you go. Done. We will get our promised monster champion. It's heavily theorized that the monster champion is the Darkin. That's the working theory, is that the Darkin is going to be a lot like Naganeka, where it's a Darkin that is like mostly animalistic. That's the theory. What was your favorite monster from Monster Hunter? I have many favorites. Obviously Dodo Gamma. Dodo Gamma's great. Pukey. Love Pukey.
Where did that come from?
Hulu.
I still think the Darkin is going to be Shuriman Katarina but red.
We'll see, I guess. I love Safi Jiva. Safi Jiva is so sick. I think my favorite might be Kulf Terath, though. Oh, Namiel. Oh, my God. Namiel's fucking cool. Tetranodon, one of my favorite ones from Rise. Love that guy. The Devil Pickle. Oh, yeah. You know what's great? Actually, I think this week I will attempt a Monster Hunter stream. For sure, because I've talked about Monster Hunter so much. And now that I finally upgraded my graphics card to a 380. So now I can finally, hopefully, play Monster Hunter on stream with no hiccups. Valstrax? I honestly haven't fought Valstrax enough to form an opinion on him. I've only fought him a few times. Who's... Oh, fucking Glavenus. Yeah, the dinosaur with the sword tail. Glavenus is so sick. Holy moly. Yeah, Glavenus is really, really cool. Love Glavenus. But I think Kulf Terath might be my favorite one. Maybe the new Darkin is Varsa's sister. Maybe, finally. I think is it Valiva? I think is her name. Darkin Dagger host is a Pakai. I'd like that. There's the Fluffy Bat. You think you... Okay, the Fluffy Bat's name is Palumu, but I call it DeviantArt. Most monsters have nicknames, right? Like, Kulu Yaku is just Kulu, you know? Dodogama is just Dodo. Odogaron's Blood Puppy. Palumu is DeviantArt. I don't know if you guys know why I call Palumu that. There's a very specific reason why. Because Palumu's power is inflating and sitting on you. It's fucking weird, man. This is a weird-ass monster. So I call it DeviantArt. Because that site's fucking weird. Isn't Tom Kench DeviantArt since he literally wars people? I guess, but like, he has more going on than beyond that. Palumu doesn't really have much else. That's like... their whole gimmick. If I were to buy a Monster Hunter game, which would you recommend? World with Iceborne or Rise with Sunbreak? Okay. What matters more to you? Do you prefer more fast-paced gameplay, getting into the action faster, and a better multiplayer experience? Or do you prefer a better single-player experience with environments that feel more alive and a story that feels more engaging? What out of those things, what would you prefer? Because Rise and World are both fantastic games. They're just good in different ways. Because they each have different strengths. Because World and Iceborne, the environments actually feel alive. There's the environmental interactions, like smashing the dam, you know, the slinger, the wild monsters, the environment's changing, like everything feels alive. The story is not great, but at least there is one. The graphics are great. Whereas Rise, fucking story is paper thin. It's running on Switch hardware, so the graphics are going to be but the gameplay is fucking bananas. Like, the stuff you can do in Rise compared to World is night and day. You choose the next emotion for a demon champion. What would you pick for them? Emotion? We have, like, what? Fear, joy, agony, greed. What if you had pride? You could have like a demon of pride that latched onto to Cassante, and then like because Cassante overcame his pride, then you're just left with this wayward demon who's like trying to survive or something. Only have a Switch, so probably Rise for me. Yeah, there's also like, you know, World. You probably need a pretty good PC to run, or you need like a console. Depends also what console you have. There's such weak hardware for Rise. Yeah, dude, look at Monster Hunter Rise and then look at Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has no fucking excuse to look the way it does. There's in no capacity does it have any excuse to look that way. It's embarrassing. Demon of Salt. It's fun though. I've heard it's fun, but like for me, performance is like not even graphics. Like, okay, there's a difference between stylization and poor graphics. You know? Like, Breath of the Wild is like the easiest comparison. Where like this game has very simplistic graphics, but they stylized it in such a way that even though it's like technically lower quality, it still looks beautiful. No excuse that it's a Pokemon game. Yeah, it's just because it's Pokemon. Pokemon sells no matter what. Like, look, man, it's just simple cell shading. You can see the fucking lines of where the polygons are, but like, it still looks beautiful. Yeah, and Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, and it was originally made for the Wii U, so it was running on even worse hardware than the Switch. It's just... like Mario Kart Deluxe, Smash Brothers Ultimate, Monster Hunter Rise, all this stuff's running on Switch. Like, so, yeah, Pokemon has no excuse to look and run as poor as it does. The excuse is because it's Pokemon and it will sell no matter what, and we have to ship out yearly games. Which that doesn't even make sense, because Legends Arceus already came out last year. So, like, they already put out a Pokemon game. It was just, they had to meet their holiday quota. They have to have a year out every time for the holidays. Sakama's not winning that VGU vote instantly made for League 2022. I mean, he didn't win the poll. I don't want him to win the poll because what Riot said that they do to Kog'Maw is the fucking opposite of everything that he's about. You know? They're like, oh yes, if we rework Kog'Maw, we will make him more terrifying, more scary. We will get rid of AP Kog'Maw. Fuck having hybrid playstyles. Just nah. No.
Where did that come
He's about having both options.
I hear one of the reasons
monster.
the Pokemon isn't performing as well is because it loads the entire map and the entities all at once.
So it's just poorly optimized, because you throw in Game Freak, you're throwing these devs who have never made an actual open world game in their lives and making them like rush out an open world game in 2 years. Like, of course it's gonna be a disaster. You're putting people who are inexperienced with the kind of games they're developing and expecting them to make the same yearly quota with all the other Pokemon games, which they have been banking on just remaking, basically just redoing the same game over and over and over again for fucking 15 years. It's just a mess. Also, yeah, and they have to sync up with all the merchant because they have to push out the new merch. Like,
Where did that come from?
Pokemon makes like
Game's
90%
still
of the
fun as
revenue
frick
off the
better
merch
than
or
Sword
something.
and Shield.
Game's still fun as frick, but better than Sword and Shield. Okay, yeah, but Sword and Shield was like an actual like. That game also looked like ass and also ran like ass, and that game was a slog. I got through like the third gym in that game, and I got to that point where like, why am I playing this? I think Sword and Shield might actually be the worst Pokemon game ever. Because at least like Scarlet and Violet, as poorly as it looks and as horribly as it runs, at least tried to innovate something, and people seemed to having fun with it. But like Sword and Shield was just a mess. Would you prefer a mid-scope update for Kog'Maw? No, because I think he does need a good redesign. He needs to be redesigned in a way that like what has been shown that people enjoy about him. Because look at like there's a reason. Right? There's a reason all his skins Cute monster. Cute monster. Cute monster. Cute monster. Attempted to be cute monster. Like this is the design direction they've gone for Kog'Maw. That is his archetype. He's the cute monster. So to abandon that is like, no, that's not what he's about. And I think you could do a better job with his design to do that. And actually make him look... I agree that he should look more like he actually is a void monster. He doesn't even have the color scheme of one. But, you know... Ideal horror skin for Cog? I have no idea. The day Pokemon does is after several generations of actual Ash Pokemon, which is something that they'll never happen. Yeah. That's the thing, that Game Freak's not going to be allowed to take the time to actually polish a game and actually fully improve because it sells. You know? Let's see if it's updated with the new ones, but it might not be. Because if I go here, best-selling... What's the... Pokemon Sword and Shield is the fit. Pokemon Sword and Shield outsold Mario Odyssey. Ugh. God. Shining Pearl. Fuck, man. Top 11 Switch games and 4 of them are Pokemon. This is what I... Like, they don't need to improve. They don't need to, because they sell no matter what. They sell like hot... Not even that they sell like hotcakes. They don't need to improve. Animal Crossing sold a fucking bajillion units somehow. This is also kind of upsetting that, you know, they're never going to make a Mario Kart 9 because people keep buying Mario Kart 8. It's like the game that everyone who owns a Switch owns Mario Kart 8. Which, fair enough. I mean, you know, if you didn't own a Wii, then I guess so. But you know what's funny? I had never played a Legend of Zelda game up until Breath of the Wild. Well, that's not true. I tried it, and I was like, the gameplay loop, those kinds of games are just like not my style personally. And when I got my Switch, the first game I got was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I played it for an hour, and I realized this is just Mario Kart 8. This is the same game I've had since like 2013. Man. You know, I'm going to go see if I can exchange this for something. And this was back when I had my local EB Games. If you guys don't know what EB Games is, it was like the Canadian version of GameStop before they renamed it all to GameStop. And I went in there and I asked the guys, and the guys knew me there. And they knew, like, because I used to stop in there on my way back for school every day. And I said, hey, I bought this game. Can I just exchange it for a different one? And they're like, sure, go ahead, pick one. Okay, cool. And I didn't know what to do. This was before Smash Ultimate was out. I think before Mario Odyssey was out as well, because Mario Odyssey came out in like October or something, right? And I said, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll bite the bullet. I have no other options I really want to try. I'll try Breath of the Wild. One of the best decisions I ever made. Fucking hell. Breath of the Wild was so good. God damn. What a good game. True hero, yeah. Breath of the Wild was your last choice. Well, what other options did I have, really? And like I said, I was apprehensive about it because the only other Zelda game I tried, I wasn't a big fan of. So I was like, I guess I'll try it. Because I saw my brother playing it when he got it for Wii U. And I was like, you know what, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot. And I, like, fell in love within, like, the first fucking 10 minutes. I was enthralled with that game. My whole summer just gone. Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Did it win Game of the Year? I don't remember. Replaying it. Yeah, there's so. Yeah, I went. I think I did all of the shrines. I found a good chunk of the Korok seeds, but it was such, man. The innovation of Breath of the Wild was fucking incredible. What other Switch games have you played out of curiosity? Oh, Smash, obviously. Rise, obviously. I bought Dragon Ball Fighters on Switch, and I played it for a while, and I liked the gameplay, but the problem with character-based games, like games that sell you on a character roster, like even I had the same problem with Multiverses, and the problem with Valorant is there was no character I got attached to. And in a game designed around becoming attached to characters, having no character that you actually really like is kind of a problem. You get stuck with the least common denominator. Like in Valorant, I ended up just going to Brimstone because I was like, I don't really like anyone else. The new game. Yeah, the new game. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom.
Nikki, you fucking piece of shit!
Who is the popular champion you'd rather get in ASU first? The popular champion? I mean, I think it's going to be Lee Sin. I'm fairly certain that Lee Sin is going to be the champion who gets it. Lux might get it. I'd love Blitzcrank to get one, but like I said, I think Blitzcrank, if he's getting ASU, it's going to be for Arcane. Malphite. Jax should have just gotten a fucking VGU. So lame. Yeah, there's no B Sin. Where's B Sin? Twisted Fate could be a nice one, but he doesn't really need one. Anavia. Yep, Anavia, but she's not very popular. Vayne, unironically, Vayne kind of looks like ass. Her model looks so stiff and lifeless. Olaf. Teemo would be nice. Annie, yes. Annie, okay, that's okay.
Where
That's
did
my new
that come
pick,
from?
Annie.
Why not just delete Vayne?
Also an option. Yeah, I think Annie's good. Cassidon, yeah, make him look like this actually. Leona would be good. Ari's getting one. Vlad, Zyra, Zillion, Ashe. Ashe is I think if it's not Lee Sin or Lux, it might be Ashe is the one getting the ASU. Nominator, thank you for the prime. I appreciate that.
Nature's surprise!
I guess I could also use some love with his goofy eye model, yeah. Corki, I think Corki needs a VGU more than anything. How would it work since Vayne is currently Sentinel of Light? Misfortune's currently the captain of Bilgewater. So. Not all champion designs are up to date. So, I don't think they'd view that as a problem. Is Queen of Bilgewater. Man, it sucks because she's actually a really cool character. Oh, the Jedi. Oh, the Gen 9 Evos. Besides the one for Fuecoco, yeah, I was very disappointed. Fuecoco was pretty good. The thing is, Fuecoco was like, yeah, that's pretty good, but he didn't like floor me. MF Ruin King, oh yeah. I like him, yeah. Oh yeah, Ruin King is 100% canon. Yep. Ruin King is what happened before Ruination. It's also why it makes Misfortune's paranoia of GP a little bit more founded, because before Ruin King, it just looked like Misfortune was crazy, because at that moment in lore, we didn't know that Misfortune knew GP was still alive. When Ruination came out, our knowledge of the current lore was that Misfortune and everyone else thought that GP was dead, so her paranoia of GP returning made no fucking sense.
but with the context of Ruined King, it made a bit more sense. It was still fucking stupid that she completely gave herself into the ruination, but at least it was like made a little bit more sense. They would, if Vayne were to get an ASU, they would make her legendary her default skin. I doubt it, but you know, maybe. Yeah, Ruined King. Well, because Ruined King is 100% canon. The Ruination event is like the overarching idea of what happened during Ruination is canon, but like the details of like, there's a good chance Sentinel, Pike, Olaf, any Sentinel that was not Graves or Vayne was not canon. They could just write that off as didn't happen. Sentinel, Graves, and Olaf happened 100%, but like the rest of them were like, nah. Yeah, Irelia probably didn't matter. Riven probably didn't matter. Although maybe Riven could have. Riven is like, yeah, Riven's like the 50-50. Diana for fucking 100%. There's no way. I don't even know why Sentinel Diana was a thing. Why? Sentinel Diana was like the... Diana and Pike were like, why? Of all champions, why Diana and Pike? Like, Pike is dead. And Diana swapped out her literal god weapon for something that's less powerful. Yeah, Ruined Pantheon was a crime as well. Rengar was, like, fine, I guess. But, like, realistically for Ishtal, how many options do you have? Yeah, why would a god be... Like, why would Diana, like, literally make herself weaker? It makes no sense. Also, I think the part that pissed me off about the Ruination story was they teleported to the peak of Targon. Like, the whole thing about Targon is that it's supposed to be impossible to climb, and then if you make it to the peak, you're rewarded. And they just teleport to the peak of Targon.
Ruined Pantheon was a crime, but Prestige Pantheon was chef's kiss.
It looks very cool, yes. It was bullshit. Yeah, it was like, what do you mean you just teleported to the peak of Mount Targon? It was so... Ugh. It was so lame. Yeah, all the people... They had like the thousands of people that died on the climb. Like, just so lame. Oh well. Yeah, what's the point of climbing it then? Sentinel Zoe. Ugh. Wait, technically, Zoe is probably the most powerful aspect there is. Like, none of the other aspects have the ability to literally travel between dimensions and warp reality. So, Sentinel Taric, it would have made them weaker, but like Taric makes more sense as like trying to help people. But you didn't have to make Diana a Sentinel. Diana could have just been there to help, you know. But you gotta have the skin. You know, you gotta sell them skins. Taric and Kaling. I don't know. I think Zoe's probably the most powerful one. Yeah, that would make sense if Zoe's about as powerful as Aesol. Sentinel Aatrox. I don't know about that one. It was also the champions they chose for Ruination, like to be the Ruined champions, were just so weird. You know what I mean? Like, Pantheon, one that was kind of butchering his character to get corrupted again. At least he's like a powerhouse, and Karma was a powerhouse. Like, but Draven? You had all these insanely powerful champions in Noxus to pose a threat and show how powerful the Ruination is, and you chose Draven? Huh? Like, what about LeBlanc? Or Swain, or Sion, or Vlad, or like any of the actual really strong champions in Noxus, and you chose fucking Draven. Or Silas would have been good for Demacius. Like, Shyvana's decently strong, but you could on Silas or Lux would have been. Lux would have been even better to finally like rebel against the mages. She's stupidly powerful. Like, I don't know. The champion choices for Sentinels of Light was so weird. Riven was good. Vayne was a great choice for a Sentinel. Poppy should have been the Sentinel for Demacia, though. Or, like, Vayne and... Like, fuck having a Sentinel for every region. Just have Poppy be there. I don't know why they set up Poppy and then abandoned her completely. They chose which that would sell more. Irelia and Riven definitely feel like that, for sure. Draven's pretty popular. But, like, you should have had, like... Even, like, a corrupted Ascended. Like, you could have had Nasus or Renekton or something. Or Lysandra would have been, like... You had to make the Ruination a threat beyond just Viego. And the champion choices they did were just kind of... Besides Karma, most of them were just kind of, Yuumi, ugh. Sentinel Samira. You could have... Samira's probably like the second most likely one, yeah. Yeah, none of the Ascended knew about the Absolver. No one knows about the Absolver. Like, the Absolver was just a fucking MacGuffin, just so that they could have a way to kill his soul
As
at the
a
end.
bike main, I am not biased at all.
Of course. Thank you, Fudge, for the 11 months. Yeah, so it can make sense it's corrupted, but that has some really strong champion lore. It wouldn't make sense, especially after the character arc he went through in Ruin King. So I think that a corrupted Yasuo would not work. Personally.
Hello!
Sentinel, that one would definitely not make any sense. In my opinion. Friday Night Draven have chainsaw noises? It has some.
Where
Not
did
as much
that
as I'd
come
like,
from?
but it has some, yeah.
Alrighty chads and lads, I must take off now. Hope you all have fun. Here's to another great year and let us all hope Terry's not a trillion skins this year.
Hello.
I think I said in the video, but like 160 skins in 1 year is fine if every champion's getting equal due, but that's not what happens. They play favorites. Some champions get 3 skins in 1 year and some haven't had one in 4 years. So, Ruined Rek'Sai, I guess. Ruined Rek'Sai would just be a big mob monster. Sentinel Kassadin. Could make it kind of interesting.
I'm getting all sappy.
Bangle.
Happy New Year, Nick.
Hey, thank you, dude. Thank you for the tier 1 for a whole year. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome back for the whole year. Yes, the new year is upon us. As a Lilia main, I'm sad. Not as sad as you, but still. Every time I look at Twitter, Lilia is ruined for me more and more. Every time. Every time. Mundo's starving. Ruin Yuumi so Viego gets control of book. I guess so, yeah. Imagine Sentinel Mundo. Ruin Mundo, yeah. Yeah, some people said Sentinel Tark. I think that would have been like a bit more fine, but again, like just the aspects are more powerful than the Sentinels. So they're just making themselves weaker. Solution, never look at Twitter. Viable option. Christmas Ivern next year. I mean, I have hope now. The thing is, I don't know if they're ever going to do like actual Christmas skins again. I do enjoy that we got holiday skins back again. I would have loved a Christmas tree Ivern and a Santa Ornn, but like we got holiday skins back, and they did do it like a new invention of it, which was cool. I like that. I like taking an old thematic and trying something new with it. I think it's good. Sentinel Viego win. So I think Necrit said that he really wants Viego to come back as a boss for the MMO. I personally disagree with that. I think if Viego comes back, he would not be a boss. He'd be an anti-hero. Because Viego's powerless. The Black Mist is like been stripped away. He has no power. What's he gonna do? It'd be hallowed Viego. He'd have no power. So he'd have no power. He's trapped. The only thing he's left with is to grieve and reflect. So I think you could theoretically do like a redemption arc. It'd be difficult because he's murdered a million people, but he could. He's skilled, yeah, but he's got his sword's gone, his powers are gone. He's just a spindly little guy. What's he gonna do? He can't do anything. He's powerless. So Senator,
Use
thank you
this
for the
gift
tier
well.
1. I appreciate that. Ruination. If Ruination is in the MMO, it's gonna be Thresh. I still think that the boss of the MMO is gonna be Mordekaiser. And that the reason why in the cinematic we see Thresh going to Noxus is because Thresh doesn't give a rat's ass about ruling the Shadow Isles. He doesn't care. He's never cared about positions of power or ruling. He just likes to fuck with people and torture people. So Mordekaiser, just unleash Mordekaiser upon the world. Boom. Everyone's tortured. Best case scenario for him. So I think that's what's going to happen is the MMO is setting up Thresh is going to release Mordekaiser. When is the MMO dropping? Who knows? Probably not for another 2 or 3 years at best. Yeah, that's what I mean. He was going towards the Immortal Bastion, which is where Mordekaiser, his armor is there. So, yeah, Thresh about to start another world-ending threat. It's going to be his fault again for the second time in a row. The good old Soon TM, yeah. Hey, that's better knowledge than we have about Project F. So, instead of redeeming Viego, he's powerless, but he wants to get the mist back from Thresh. He could do like where he like weasels away into people thinking that he's redeemed himself, and then he steals his power back from Thresh. Maybe
Nature surprise.
he could do that. Bear
Pretty
Commander.
sure if Viego comes back he's gonna be just hollow and sad with no purpose, because he has nothing else to do to bring back Isolde. Also 9 months, wow.
Thank you for coming back for the 9 months, Bear Commander. I appreciate that. Yeah, hollowed Viego seems like the most likely scenario. Viego holding on to his wife, holding on to Kobe, and his wife still loves him. I mean, she flat out told him to his
Nature
face
surprise.
that she loves him, but he's fucking deranged. So, the Vast Honk, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate that. Viego could meet with Vladimir, maybe. I feel like they wouldn't have very much in common, though. Why Riot not killing characters in lore Summoner's Rift is not canon? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Action kind of killed her again, yeah. Soul said, let me dead, please. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, no, please. I want to die. Get me out of this hell. If he's powerless, then he will literally be the weakest character out of all champions, right? Exactly. Now you're thinking. Iron's the solution to everything. There you go. It's true. I prefer to be double dead than to be with you forever. There we go. He's more powerful than Jinx. But Jinx, well, if Viego is powerless, then probably not. At least Jinx has, like, weapons, and she's crazy, but she has, like, the knowledge to make gadgets and things. What is Viego at? Viego is an impulsive king who's had everything done for him his whole life. Viego's gonna come to the new game by Riot Forge. There's a visual novel of him trying to find a new queen with Vex, Gwen, Kalista, and Luxus Bash the Rets. Viego has a sword. Does he, though? His sword kind of is made out of the Black Mist stuff now, and it kind of disappeared when he got... So maybe. Who knows? It could be a powerless sword that he just, like, got the original one or something. I don't know. He just grabs a stick. When he got Gwended. Foam sword, yep. He got game ended. Now, that would imply he's dead. He's not dead. He's just, like, frozen in time. Just a normal-ass sword, I guess so. His plan in-game is to reclaim his OG sword for revenge. What Runeterra exclusive champion would you want to see the most? For LOR, you mean? I mean, we're probably gonna get the Poro King, probably. I'd like Von Yip to be an actual one. If they're never gonna make him a champion, Ladros would be cool. Because I think Ladros would be too similar to Leona in League. Because if you put Ladros in League, you'd want him to be a support for Kalista, but like a big, bulky, tanky support champion with a sword and shield, that's Leona. So I feel like you can make Ladros an LOR exclusive champion. Cythria is probably happening, yeah. How come some people got powerful from the Ruination, but some weren't as lucky? Who knows? Who knows? Kind of mess storytelling. Delete Leona. I want Casante's XBF. Oh, yeah. They could. What's his name again? I forget. I haven't read the story in a while. What's his name?
Hey there.
I forget what his name is. Topo? Tope. Right, it's Tope. That's the one, yeah. It's Topo. Like, that doesn't sound right. It's Tope. Right. Question. Why do you still hate Kaisa? Because there's many reasons. I don't want to go into a full rant. But her design completely contradicts everything that her story tells that she's supposed to be. She is a child who is dropped into a dimension filled with nothing but monsters, which has been proven in the lore that corrupts things within seconds of entering said void, corrupts and distorts into horrible and twisted forms, but latches onto a parasite that prevents her from being corrupted, which I guess so. For some reason, the parasite does not consume her, for reasons unknown. And then she grows up, surviving, fighting to survive for years, for a decade, and comes out looking like a supermodel in the end. I mean, Kais. And then she parades around like she's some kind of horrible monster. It's this part of the comic that gets me. It's fucking this shit. Now I am the monster in those stories. Maybe someday they'll accept what I become. Well, they show her perfect face with makeup and a fucking ass shot. Like, bro, monster. Ah. Like, it's so contradictory to what her story and what is her thematic fantasy is promised as. It's kind of interesting to have Kaisa be a middle and allow the void for everyone else to have limits put together. It's just yeah, even LOR didn't save her, yeah, which is unfortunate. They had the mega mode. The concept art, though, made her like a bit more in that direction. They steered her a bit more in like the more crazy. Like, look at that. That's her level 2 concept art. Bit more crazy, bit more warped and distorted. Looks a bit more voidy. Still has her nice perfect face showing, but even her hair looks more like tentacly. It looks like a more crazy, she actually looks more voidy. You can more accept, especially with her mask on, that she looks monstrous. She looks kind of scary. Even default Kaiso, even with the mask on, just looks like.
Damn, 1 year
fine.
already.
1 year, Rebecca. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate that for the whole year. Thank you. The Samus style gun arm. I mean, that's Ziri's thing now, but what does she look like when she upgrades her abilities? Yeah, there was also she does like a Kha'Zix evolution thing without like any of the effort. Like, you can't tell when Kaisa has evolved. You can always tell when Kha'Zix, like what Kha'Zix has evolved, because you can see the giant spines, you can see the wings, huge claws, color shift. Kaisa has like a tiny nub on her arm or like her shoulder cannons. It's impossible to tell, especially between skins. More like her parasite than the older she gets, but knowing right, yeah, it's because Kaisa was like a test. From in my opinion, I think Kaisa was a test. Kaisa was beforehand the most you would delve into kind of more on the generically attractive side of champions was like Xayah and Rakan. But Xayah and Rakan came out at a time off the heels of like a shit ton of crazy and interesting and uniquely designed champions, because you had Talia, Ivern, Kled, Asol, Jhin, and season 7 you had Evelynn, which was like your sexy character, but then you had Urgot, you had Galio, you had Camille, you had all these champions. And then Xayah and Rakan were kind of revolutionary in that design. And then comes Kaisa. And Kaisa was like, when we were promised that the Void was coming back, it feels like Kaisa was the test to see, can we, I hesitate to use the term, but like make a waifu out of the region that is solely designed to be about monsters. Can we do it? And they did. And it was monumentally successful. And then that's what led to season 10 and 11 with the constant just stream of shirtless, sexy buff dudes and like generically attractive female champions. It kind of led to that stream. And thankfully now, that's why I said in this season that I am very happy we started moving away from that. Whereas, Renata is like, a lot of people are still horny for Renata, but at least she's like a different kind. Neela's a different kind. Zeri's a different kind. Bel'Veth's a different kind, even if Bel'Veth kind of crumbles. Akshan or Cassante, remember to put on a shirt. Udyr's got like a more like bodybuilder body type. Like this year was like we're moving away from the cookie cutter stuff that season 11 and season 10 and 11 did. It's like 70. I mean, she's like more in her 50s, but people have their preferences, I guess. Yeah, their body type and face. I think people were so harsh on Neela for no reason. I think like Neela is really not like, people kind of jumped the bandwagon to say like Neela was just like, no, Neela's unique. Yeah, her lore was dope too. That's why her gameplay is just so like, it's just Samira but worse. I wish I liked Samira more. Or I wish I liked Neela so much more than I do gameplay wise. Like I love everything about her besides gameplay. That's why I nominated her for the Project L video, because I think outside of League is a great way to actually differentiate the two. Or her Splasher is one of the best in League history too. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I don't like Neela in game. Everything else, mwah, wonderful. Love everything else about her. Great character. Neela mid-scope. Yeah, she had... I don't get why they just made her Samira 2.0. I don't get it. Why? Why? She could have been so cool. The sad part about her being Samira 2.0 gameplay-wise is it gives fuel for, like, the racist bastards who start, like... I don't know if you guys saw the comments on the champion spotlight, but there's some fucking weirdo racism going on in there. And like, no. Stop it. Gross. And so then that also drags into the coordination when someone says that Neela is Samira 1.5. That is purely gameplay. Race has nothing to do with... They're not even the same race. That's just being... Now you can't even differentiate different skin tones. They're not even the same race. There was racism? Yeah, there was. It was... And like I said, Neela, gameplay-wise, being so similar to Samira didn't help that. But I love everything else about Neela besides her gameplay. Like, everything else is great. I will admit, I think for her design,
Nature surprise!
pinch of Bilgewater. Seal Larp, thank you for the prime. I appreciate that. Thank you. Just give me a dab of Bilgewater. Just a hint. A tiny bit, just so she has a little bit of connection to the region. Just a tiny bit. A little bit. You know, there could have been more. I expected water hands if you watch Avatar. Yeah, the demon. You could have used the demon. Like, the demon doesn't fucking do anything. Neela does everything. It's, the Korra armless waterbender. Yeah, waterbending has so much limitless capabilities, but you just kind of whip things. What does the demon do? Who fucking... It feeds off of her joy. It forces her to feel nothing but joy, but gives her superpowers in exchange, which I must say, that's a pretty good trade. Imagine, like, hey, guess what? I will give you superpowers. In exchange, you will only ever feel happy. And the downside is... What is the downside here? There's eternal happiness and superpowers. That's a pretty good deal. I'd take that willingly. That's a pretty good deal. I'd feel. The thing is, if you're happy, you wouldn't feel bothered by that stuff. You just feel happy all the time. Depression be gone. Exactly. Okay, yeah, you might have like bad scenarios where, like, yeah, your pet dies or something. Feel joy, but then you like, it'd be in more sense that you like be easy to accept those things, you know, a lack of grief. You'd be able to accept that, but you'd feel happy for like the memories you had and stuff, right? Erased from history. True, but it wasn't like she was a prominent person or anything. She was just a bookworm. No one really knew her before anyway. There wasn't really any downside at all for her. Still makes you seem kind of insane. Yeah, that's true. But again, like, you're happy. It's hard to be joyful all the time, I guess, but still get to be happy all the time. And you get superpowers. You can walk on water. That's pretty cool. Yeah, she sees an atrocity. Yeah, she knows she should be sad but can't be. Yeah, it makes things a little... That was like a funny thing they did with her story with Graves. It was like, that was kind of a little thing where she's like joking with him. And she like, is impossible for her to stop smiling. It was just... That's what I love her personality, dude. It's so... The idea of her not being able to only ever be happy about everything is... But like, you can still feel like her... Like, in the back of her mind... She's like pissed off with people or something. It's so funny. Really great. Put her with Graves and TF. The psycho waterbender and her two gay best friends. Put them together. Great. Also, Cassante and Neela. Yes. Have Cassante and Neela go around hunting monsters together, please. I would love that. Yeah, she has a good amount of passive-aggressive dialogue. Yeah, it's just good. You can make a monster hunter. Yeah, dude. You have a full party, too. Like, you have Neela, Cassante, Vayne, Rengar. Boom, those are the Monster Hunter champions. Usually they don't make LOR Graves an intended pair with TF. I'm going to be mad. They might not, because TF's going to get rotated out of competitive play, so that would be highly unfortunate if they did. Yeah, prehistoric hunters. Yeah, wait, really? Yeah, rotation is coming to LOR soon. Rotation just basically means that a certain select amount of cards are not playable in competitive. They'll still be playable, like, versus AI, versus your friends, versus standard, like, versus non-ranked modes, but in ranked, like, you won't be allowed to play TF. I think the ones they said that we know of are TF, Irelia, and Vladimir for some reason, like, because Vladimir was such a highly used champion on the competitive LOR ladder. Irelia, I think, Irelia and TF have caused so many problems that I kind of understand why. But Vlad is so fucking weird. Yeah, it's like Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering. Vlad's gonna be reworked. That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source? Why did they say that? Vlad's the opposite. Yeah, he's so unusable, I guess. But like, why would he need to be rotated out? I made it the fuck up. There we go. That's what I thought. I love Lily for my own reasons, but why do you love her? I love her gameplay. I think her gameplay. I love the hit and run play style. I think it's very, very fun. I love her personality. I empathize with you guys. Probably wouldn't know because I stream and I'm on YouTube. But put me in a social environment that's not here, I crumble. I crumble. Why didn't you care for Lilia from the start? Because I played her jungle. I played a couple games of Lilia. Also because I was upset that they paraded Lilia as like the first monster champion or as the monster champion of the year when she clearly isn't. She's a human duct taped to the bottom half of a deer. Like that's not a monster champion, but they kept saying she was. And then that prompted the whole discussion of what is a monster champion. And I kind of grew a distaste for her because of that. And I played her jungle, and I did not like jungle. I still don't. I don't like jungle Lilia. And then randomly, I was going through my phase of experimenting and trying new champions. And I saw that Lilia was going to get buffed for the mid lane. So I decided to try her in the mid lane. Or she was going to get buffed for laning. So I decided to try her in the mid lane before the patches went live. And I was like, it clicked. You know? It just clicked. And then I grew to adore her personality as a character. Like she's just silly little goober. Yeah, I don't like Lilia top because Lilia top feels like cheating, especially when you're fighting melee champions. And you just go like tanky. I don't like Jack Show Lilia or like tanky Riftmaker. Nah, I want to go Leanders. I want to go big burn damage. I like that. How many days till we get season start stream? Probably in a week or two, I imagine. Lilia top does feel like cheating, yeah. So it's funny too because I also was initially kind of indifferent to Yone, and then Yone has become like one of my most hated champions in the game.
Use this gift well.
I fucking despise that guy. Kyle, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate that. Udyr top. I've grown to like Udyr jungle more because the laning with Udyr top's so difficult. It always kind of has been, but Udyr jungle is like the one. If I'm gonna play jungle now, I'm gonna play Udyr usually. Hated? Yeah, I hate Leone. Said they're reworking him in the same post. Let me see. Let me witness. Vlad is such a we'd love to. Saying we'd potentially buff a lot of. See, I agree with you, but there's a lot of we'd love to and we do this potentially in here. We'd love to potentially. It'll like who knows how long that's gonna take. You know, he's a bitch to fight. I despise that guy. Veronica, I do not see. I don't care about ships. People can ship whoever the hell they want. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's all for fun and games. Who gives a shit? As long as it's not creepy, like shipping Zoe. That's fucking weird. Or shipping Annie. Like, that's weird. But like, or I think shipping champions, like shipping Leona with like other champions is weird since she already has like Leona and Diana are already pretty clear established partners. Or shipping what was it? There's like a ship with Zaya and Rakan that they're like in a poly relationship with Set. But like the writers said that they like, yeah, no, Zaya and Rakan are open to that, so that's fine. But I'm not a fan of the Yone Lilia ship, partially because I fucking despise Yone, and I like Lilia, and I'm like weirdly protective of her, but probably because Dums has done that. But also because like that's a deer, man. I don't like the idea of Yone doing the stuff with a deer lower half. That's fucking gross. Don't do that. Yeah,
Oh,
Lilia's
hello.
too pure. Lilia's a pure soul. She would never. Set Aphelios, that's a popular ship. Set X Soraka or Set X Aphelios. Again, it's whatever. It's whatever people want, right? I think belittling
Hello.
people for that, if people don't agree with it, belittling people for the ships they enjoy and for the ships, if like, I think belittling people for, if you belittle someone who likes Set X Aphelios, fuck you, like fuck off. But if you are someone who likes Set X Aphelios and belittle someone who's not a fan of it, also fuck off. It's a ship. It's not canon. Who cares? You know, like, it doesn't matter. Just let people have fun and enjoy themselves. It's not hurting anybody. So who cares? Hey, keep in mind, this is coming from someone who isn't, like, romantically interested in anything. So, the ship spirit. Yeah, don't do that. That's, children are off limits. Don't do children. Yeah, maybe don't ship real life people either. I got it was kind of bothering me for a bit. I got shipped with one of my friends. That's fucking gross. Don't do that. Ships are all fun and games for fictional characters. Don't ship children and real life people. That's gross. That's gross. Yeah, shipping IRL is just gross, yeah. For fictional characters, as long as it's not hurting anybody and they're not children, usually they're not animals, that's also weird, but, you know. So I like Lilia Yone's weird to me, but like, eh. So, just whatever. It doesn't matter. If you like Set Aphelios, good on you. If you like Set Soraka, good on you. If you like Zaya Rakan Set poly relationship, good for you. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Because realistically, the sexual orientation of a champion could not matter less unless it's an important thing to their story. Like Cassante, for example. Cassante being gay is part of his story, so it matters.
I've got 2 thumbs and a shield.
Magic Spells, thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate that. People ship Set with literally anyone. Well, yeah, because he's a big, sexy, shirtless, buff dude, so he's easy. About self-shipping, I mean, if you're shipping yourself, then, like, that's whatever. It's when you ship other people, especially without their consent. Isn't Set, like, 14, apparently? That's according to Necrit's calculations, but there's no way that can be correct. There has to have been some kind of slip up there. There's no way. No way that guy's 14. Look at him. Unless they're really going after the whole JoJo stuff. Yeah, Jane animation ships are gross. Yeah. Especially since she's also Ace. So she didn't make a lot of videos about dating and flirting though, so I for her it's a bit more understandable why people would like get confused about that. You can ship Singed with anyone. You know, if you want to. Echo and Jinx. I don't see. Yeah, I mean, if people want to do that, again, it doesn't matter. People want to ship Echo and Jinx, whatever. Personally, I always felt like, especially now with Arcane, they just feel like childhood best friends. You know, That's the dynamic I get from then more than anything. Jinx and Lux has always been a ship, but I get Jinx and Lux in Star Guardian context. In Runeterra context, I don't really get it. In Star Guardians, absolutely, but Echo and Zeri would be a better fit. Probably, yeah. Sinjin Geneva conventions. Yeah. Riven and Zack became a thing? I have no idea. My mom's freaking out is because I might be leaning in. I'm just so fucking tired, guys. I woke up like 2 minutes before the video premiered. I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy and I haven't eaten anything. Exalia Chader being a kid. Is it gonna be? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think Yoni and Lilia is fine as a friendship. Like, Yoni is just like an overprotective friend. I think like a romantic relationship between Yoni and Lilia I find kind of gross personally. Here's a question about Taric radiates with bi energy. That's not even close. I think Taric is like a beacon of bi energy in League of Legends. Lowy and Braum. That could be kind of funny, yeah. Yeah, Taric's kind of bi color coded too, yeah. What Lilia and Nocturne to be Nemesis. I would like that. There's a bi flag and Lilia splash. I don't know. I don't see it. I think maybe I'm too tired to see it. Came with Zed and yeah, don't ship characters with Zoe. That's a child. Don't do that. That's gross. Lilia's color palette is the same as the bi flag. Oh yeah, I guess. Even though the majority says he's bi rather than gay, everyone ships him with just guys. Yeah. Yeah. Don't ship Zoe. It's just gross. It's just gross. The Dream Cloud. Yeah, kind of. How's your New Year's Eve went? I worked all day. My New Year's Eve was in the editing dungeon. I missed the New Year's thing. So that's actually reminds me. This is kind of a spoiler, but next week's video is gonna be a best of 2020, 2022, but it's gonna be a bit different than you guys might be expecting, because making a best of 2020 video for a channel that is primarily discussion and video essays is kind of weird. There's like maybe the occasional one-off edit, like the Renata bit from today's video, but it's kind of weird. So the best of 2022 video is actually going to be a bunch of stuff you guys have never seen before. You guys see like a bunch of behind the scenes things. I have a whole assortment of clips I've taken from throughout the year of, fun with friends that I've had, stuff like, not even bloopers, but like clips you've seen, like even in the, I'll grab one. The audio is going to be scuffed. It's because it's going to be missing an audio layer because of the way that my thing goes. But I'll find this. So stuff like where Johnny
Johnny.
Just an assortment of assortment of behind the scenes clips and things you guys will have never seen before. So stuff like that, and I might throw in like a couple funny moments from like times I've appeared in like Sunny's videos or something, maybe stuff like that. Now, how about for now? A great stream. I am probably going to hop off. Also, I think I am so tired and actually really hungry. We have Pokemon 2023. Yes. And we will I'm gonna hopefully do the subathon at some point, and hopefully a Monster Hunter stream this week. That'll be nice. And I don't think we're gonna get a PBA update on
Hey, it's the thingy people use. Thank you.
I don't know.
Ill kill for a boy band skin line, but instead of who you'd expect to be in that kind of skin line, the entire band will be made of champions that should not be in a boy band like Aatrox and Draven.
Maybe. Yeah. Definitely will. Hopefully. But thank you, Detective, for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. What time zone you stream on? EST. So it is currently 5:30 for me. Like the Monster Corporate Skin Line idea. Yeah, kind of. All right, fellas. Thank you for stopping by our stream. Been a while since we streamed. Like 2 or 3 weeks since we streamed, but I have been working on the videos, so busy. But thank you, fellas. I'm gonna go take a rest now. I hope you enjoyed the season rewind video. I worked very hard on it, so hopefully you liked it. And I will see you fellas next time. Thank you for all the bits and subs, all that good stuff. And yeah, take care of yourselves, all right? Have a swell rest of your New Year's Day, all right? A goodbye, everyone. A goodbye.